It's time!
Welcome back, Response On players. I am standing on a bean, but it's not just any bean. It's the Chicago bean. Why am I on the Chicago bean? Well, it's because Brian and James just got back from Chicago. But before we talk about that, my name is Steph, and I am joined by some lovely people.
Andrew, I'm not on the bean.
You never will be.
What?
Brian, I don't know where we are.
And I'm James. I know exactly where we are, but I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, well, please tell me, because
Well,
I actually don't know where we are.
You are going to tell us, because that's the whole point of the episode. Where are we, James?
We are probably in our rooms, I'm assuming. That's usually where we record from, right?
No, we're in Chicago.
Oh.
We just went over this. I'm on the bean.
My bad.
I'm on the
Breaking the
bean for
immersion.
a reason.
Yeah,
I'm not
breaking the
just here
immersion.
to be here. Anyway, we're in Chicago. The reason we're doing this whole bit is because James and Bryan went to the Chicago Regional and they performed at some level, possibly. Maybe. They did perform. It
I
was
was
a
going to say,
performance.
there was the performance of all time, and the other one was, there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get to go. I didn't get to go to Chicago. I didn't have to experience that. Andrew didn't
Same.
either. So we can only live vicariously through James and Bryan. But James, actually, you went to the Trading Post first, right? To go to their first LC in Detroit? How was that?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, it was up in a little bit outside of Detroit, up in Novi, where their store is going to end up being. And it was a lot of fun. It was very competitive, and it made me realize that even though it's probably one of the best decks, if not the best deck, I didn't want to play Titan of Terror. It was very boring.
Yes.
What made him
Yes.
boring?
Fair.
Man.
It's just like, you just kind of do the thing. Like, it's not...
What's the thing? I've never played Titan of Terror. I've only seen him in passing.
So Titan Terror, it's basically you play one or two 5 difficulty attacks, maybe build one or two things, and then you form in a free attack and just slap them. Or on a very potent turn where you have a momentum and City Rampage, or even if you don't have City Rampage in hand, you can play it from drop with the form, get a power token, and you basically are just off to the races. If you have just enough orange in hand, you just delete your opponent with next to no effort.
Okay,
Yeah,
I remember what
it's
the
just
thing
like-
is now.
not like a positive gameplay experience, really. It's just like you're either winning and your opponent's having a bad time, or you're losing and you're not having a good time. Like, I at least wanted to play something that I was going to enjoy playing.
Yeah, and as someone who helped practice, and I had to play ToT a few times, I can comfortably say that I agree that character is just boring to play. Very good, but very boring to play. And not a lot of people were playing Rampage, at least from what I saw on stream via during the weekend. At least the list I saw, no one was really playing City Rampage unless I just happened to miss a game.
Well,
but I know
it did get errated, so that makes sense. It just wasn't as good as it was before.
Prior.
So there's
yeah.
probably better things that you could be doing. Also, Titan was not one of the characters that needed it. Like, that was the
Sure.
thing, is like, yeah, he made it pretty cool sometimes, but you can run very good terror lists without City Rampage.
as we've seen, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So the errata was, so to play City Rampage, you now have to spend a momentum to play it, correct? That was the errata for City Rampage?
Correct.
Does it really kneecap the card that much, at least for Titan of Terror, like enough to take it out completely of a deck?
Out of Titan of Terror, I mean, not necessarily, but it's like James said, like the deck is very potent even without it, and the decks on Chaos, I mean, they can print enough momentum where that stipulation doesn't really matter.
I was going to say that I think I disagree. I think for Titan of Terror, it probably kneecaps them enough because it's no longer nearly as free as the other things they could be doing.
I mean, yeah, you can't double City Rampage for
Well, not even just that.
quote unquote for free.
I just meant even just playing another 5 diff attack is probably a better use of my free card than playing the City Rampage at that point.
True.
Most of the time. So at that point, I don't need it. so there's no real reason to like. I feel like the list I saw that had it as like a one of. Like it was like, yeah, if I have it in hand, I'm gonna go nuts with it. If I don't, who cares?
Yeah, Titan is like perfectly fine playing a little bit of a longer game, so getting that one momentum to play City Rampage is not a problem. The biggest thing that the changes really hit, and I was talking to a couple people about this at the event, is like one of the best ways to beat Titan of Terror is to kill him faster. And the decks that were doing that typically were running City Rampage and trying to do it on turn 2. And because of that errata, couldn't do that anymore and made it a little bit easier for Titan to stabilize post turn 2.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So they nerfed City Rampage and inadvertently a little bit made Titan of Terror stronger because he was not the deck that was relying on City Rampage to do his killing.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like it's like an ecology thing, right? So you take out like a vital member of the ecosystem, and then like a different predator takes over or something. That's
Basically.
totally what it is. Wait, hold on. I'm using my brain. I'm thinking of a
Why
parallel.
is the other
She means
90% of my
Google.
brain?
I'm thinking. Wait. Okay.
Googling?
Let's think about natural predators, right? No, this happens
And
with deer or something.
Mhm.
I don't
It
know.
does.
Cougars,
It happens with all
so.
sorts of things.
Cougars, deer. I don't know where we're going with this. I've lost the plot completely.
You have
Something
I
about
was just gonna
deer.
let
I don't
you
know.
Go through it.
Attack on Titan. Titan of Terror.
Attack on deer.
Titan
Where
of Terror
are
is a
we?
deer.
Where are we?
We're
What's
in
going
Chicago,
on?
James.
Chicago. We talked
We're
about
at the
this.
bean.
I don't think so. We are somewhere else now. We were. in
Turn
Chicago.
around.
Fugue state.
We might be in Albuquerque now.
Who knows?
We did take that wrong turn.
Sounds
Well,
like it.
okay. I will say, and I will segue into our next topic by saying this. When I played Hedora, which was what I was going to take to Chicago, if I could have gone to Chicago, but I couldn't go to Chicago,
For reasons.
by no one's fault. That sounded like I was blaming someone. It was no one's fault. I didn't have someone to watch my
It was mine.
James.
Hello, I'm at fault.
Yeah, it's always Andrew's fault. Anyway, if I could have gone to Chicago, I would have taken Hedora because I wanted to burn people and
That's fair.
do other things to them with Hedora. But when I played Hedora into Titan of Terror, it sucked, but it felt like whatever. When I played Hedora into Jacob Johnson, that shit was terrible. Like every moment of my life was misery playing into that deck. So like you say Titan of Terror is like, oh, he's this big problem, and it's like, this really sucks. You know what really sucks is playing into Jacob Johnson and you playing Protector of Life 10 times. No less than 10 times. So what happened
Per
there?
game.
What's the Protector of Life Jacob Johnson deck? How did you do?
It was pretty good. When I found Protector of Life, it was amazing. And the times I didn't, or the times they had Dark Ward, it was less good. But overall, it was a lot of fun.
That's good.
Well, hold on. Before you
fantastic time
continue,
with that deck.
let me set the stage for why this sucked. Can you please tell the children at home what Protector of Life does and why it was so miserable for me?
Well, first off, playing a bad character. Secondly, no.
Dora is not a bad character. Take that back.
Dora's fine.
No, the Protector of Life, the big thing on it is it has response. This attack deals no damage, gain a power token. And then Jacob Johnson on the good symbol has a million ways to pick it up and play it again. And so against the all throws character, that one card just says you don't touch, you actually cannot do damage.
Until I run out of these.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Ward totally stops that. I had 2 or 3 in my deck. Didn't see any of them. I just didn't see the pieces I needed. But I'm glad someone else did when they were playing against you.
Wow.
To be honest. Sorry.
Wow.
To be honest.
I mean, I was gonna say you could also just live vicariously through the other Hedora players because there were a handful at Chicago.
There were?
I'm pretty sure they were doing the same thing. They were doing Hedora throws.
Oh,
I
good.
did die 2 Hedora throws.
Oh, I know
lost
you
a
did.
game.
Oh, I know. I paid that person.
She was excited.
Many dollar
Also-
dues.
If that Hedora player is listening, they said that they listened to the channel and
Nice.
was very pleasant to play against. So
Aw.
you know who you are.
That's good.
I had a great time, and I hope you had a good rest of your tournament.
Hell yeah! Shoutouts.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, anyway, James, you can continue saying how much fun you had or whatever.
Or
Yeah,
whatever.
no, I had a great time. I think that deck is super fun. I think it's missing a few key pieces to let it win, particularly ways to deal with things like Dark Ward and analytical observation. It needs some kind of like board control and maybe a reset to help with the like rushing impacts of the world. But other than that, I think it's a lot of fun. I started out the day very well. I was 2-0-1 going into lunch, and then lost to Wub, who won the entire tournament. I lost to a Ghidorah because they had Dark Ward. I had no way to answer it, and they threw me to death. And then I lost to Hedora because game 1, I find Protector of Life. I play it 8 times. They do never deal damage to me after turn 1. And then game 2 and 3, I just don't see it. And I die on like turn 3. It's very, very quick games. Other than that, though, I had really good matches. I played a match against a Mothra. That was probably the sweatiest match that I've ever played in my life. It was extremely close. And I do want to put a special thank you out there to that player because we were going into time in overtime. They were at 1 health and it was on my turn. I had 5 mid attacks in hand. I had 2 double spirit blasts and I think it was like a Sensuso or something like that. And like there was 1 minute left in my form, and you know the judges are sitting there watching. I was like speeding through my enhances, and of course, you know, they're trying not to die, so you know they're taking a little bit of their time, but not like an unreasonable amount. But like we have literally 1 minute left, so I'm going to be able to finish probably this form. And I level with them. I'm like, I've got 2 momentum and 2 double spirit blasts. I was like, I've got 5 mid attacks, and they were like, yeah, you got it. Like it could have been very easy to just be like, no, let's play it out. We go to time. They don't die because they have a mid block and Mothra, and then we just tie. But they were gracious enough to be like, yeah, I would lose this game if we had enough time. You're good to go. And so I do want to put out a special thank you to that because that was very, very good and very sportsmanlike.
Yeah,
we
love hearing
for
that.
sure.
I will say there have been a couple times where people have been like, I have XYZ, and I'm like, well, let's play it out. And I only say that because it's like I want all the practice I can get, and not because I'm like, no, I'm gonna make you work for it and like take us to time. It's just like, yeah, might as well. I'm sitting at the table.
Generally, that's fine, especially if you guys are not about the time. But it was like it was very clear that I was about to win. I just didn't have enough time to play out my turn because they spent a little bit extra time on their turn trying to find their win. It was very close. I think we were both down to like, he was at 1 health, I was at like 4. So like he took a little bit extra time in overtime trying to get his turn. So I didn't have a ton of time to play out mine. And I was like, I'm a level with you. You're dead. Will you give me the win? And he said, yeah. So very nice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
but
I
also just like an incredible
nicer
game.
than me. I'd have gamed you.
Also just like an incredible game. It was like the mental chess match of a lifetime, trying to like figure out exactly what we each needed to do to try and kill each other. Crazy cool list, doing like freezing stuff with Heaven Piercing Ice Wall and Fusion Chest Cannon.
Yeah,
super cool. Probably my favorite match of the event, I will say.
Yeah, that is. Mothra is a character that after playing her in pre-release, she's been in my sights. But the big question has always been, okay, well, how does this character kill people? Because clearly she can defend really, really well, which Andrew Porat made it to, I believe, top 4 with Mothra. So kind of keep it like seeing what he's doing with the list, kind of seeing what you can do with Mothra, because Mothra's very good in my opinion, just very defensive. You just gotta crack the code on, well, how do you just delete your opponent? So I think Mothra is very sick.
Mothra seems very high IQ to play. I will say that.
And that's why I love it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, all in all, I had a really fun event. I ended up going 4-3-1, finished in 45th place. I think there were only 2 Jacob Johnsons at the event that I know of. It was me and Justin Martin.
Yep.
Not Jacob Johnson?
Not Jacob Johnson. Jacob Johnson was working the prize wall.
Oh, fair. Okay.
But we were playing on different symbols. I was playing on good, and Justin was playing on water. And we pretty much had the same record. I think I had a win where he had a tie. So it was like very close. I think we were both like, it's very funny because if you can take that deck and take the things that the good symbol has and the things that the water symbol has and like mesh them together, it would be probably the perfect deck. If like everything that they had on both of the symbols were attuned, like if good got destructive heat ray or water got divine defender, like it would be like the perfect deck. So I think that's like really the only thing that it's missing to be competitive.
So what you're saying is, if we just grabbed Bearded Titan and just ignored the rules of the Infinity
A
symbol,
bearded titan.
we could just have the perfect deck.
Sure. I do think if Bearded Titan got just access to every attune symbol, he probably would be a broke ass character.
Yeah.
I have not
Yes.
tested out to see what the best whatever you want on attuned is. Like you pick a main symbol and you get every other attuned card. I guarantee it's broken though.
Like,
Oh yeah, well, that was like the thing with Bearded Titan was like, wow, this character is just crazy. He can play everything. Actually, he can't because of how the infinity symbol works. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, this is literally the worst character ever. Then,
yeah,
no,
like
no
surely
text,
they
but I get the best abilities on every symbol. Yeah,
surely they intended that to begin with, right? Like,
has to be. And then there's
I-
just
I've-
like it's too strong.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm accepting that into my canon, my personal canon for this.
I mean, it's
I don't know, we
fine
can ask Jeremy
because
about it.
it's fine because Reina Kaiju printed a handful of infinity cards, so now we have more infinity cards to play with Bearded Titan. It's time.
So you can humanity fights on.
We found Andrew's next deck.
You got it. You heard it. Yep. Andrew Dallas Bearded Titan 2026.
It's
All
happening.
right, don't spoil the sauce. All right,
There's no sauce.
you're right. It's bland.
All right, so 4-3-1. You ended up positive. That's pretty good. Brian, what about you? What deck did you play? How did it go?
I played the old Ghidorah, Emperor of the Cosmos.
Why old
Classic.
Ghidorah? Why not new Ghidorah? He's new.
Because old Ghidorah, it was something I was comfortable with, and that's a big part of being
I mean, both
most
Ghidorahs
of
are
my
pretty
success. Yeah, I think both of them are pretty good, but most of my success has come from being comfortable on a deck. So I was like, well, I know this deck well. I can change the things I need to change. Let's play it. It did not turn up for me in any good way. I went 0-3, dropped, and then swept a bunch of side events instead.
Okay, that's cool.
good. Based.
It's a little silver lining. Damn, why didn't he work out? What happened?
Titan gets to cheat in a free attack.
Did you lose
Way
3
late
times?
in the
To
stream.
did you lose to 3 Titanotaurs?
I lost to 2 Titan Terrors and an Angie and an Anguirus.
Oh.
The Anguirus match was way closer. That was one of those things where I'm like, oh, you had the 5th attack. I can't do anything about that. You checked well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but a lot of times I lost to. I mean, so one of my Titan Terror opponents was Travis Tangeman, who obviously did very well in this tournament, and that was my round 1. And it was basically there was a lot of I can block out this string, but then he can do something afterwards. So like. I remember in game 2, he played a second attack and checked well again. I think it was actually a Queen of the Monsters. And he like builds down the attack that he played earlier that I'd blocked. And then I had my Immense Showdown. I put the 2-5 difficulty things that were in his discard pile at the time on the bottom of his deck. I was like, hey, you don't get a free one this turn. Unless you get really lucky. And basically, he then proceeded to build his whole hand to try and find a 5 diff to throw at me. And when he did, that 5 diff, of course, because of power tokens, was able to go take a hit. And so I blocked like 2 or 3 attacks and still basically lost my head anyway on turn 2. And then I didn't have a 28 damage crackback on the turn, like on the turn 3. And so he just killed me. And that's basically how both Titan Terror matches went, and kind of how the Anguirus match went. It'd be like, oh, I stopped you from being able to kill me. I don't have enough gas.
Life of a defensive deck, really. Having to use your attacks, your good blocks to try to save yourself, and when it comes to crackback, you just don't have the gas to kill him.
Yep, sometimes. That's just how it works.
That is how it works, especially when there's how much of the field was Titanotaur? Is that 50%? Something crazy?
23.
It wasn't 50.
It was a
But you would think, looking at the top cut,
Yeah.
It was like 23 point something, I believe.
it was like
Yeah.
26,
23%, and 9 of the top 16 were Titan of Terror.
Okay, that's a lot. I feel like it was more when Godzilla first came out. Like I feel like normal Godzilla has had higher percentages, right? Maybe I'm crazy.
King of the Monsters and Ghidorah, Emperor of the Cosmos, the one I played, got close on their release.
Okay.
But I want to say they were at about 20% each.
Okay. So yeah, pretty high, but about standard for a Godzilla character, I guess.
Yeah, and they weren't
Yeah.
really converting at the same rate either. Like, I don't think we ever had more than 50% of the tops was Godzilla.
Yeah, that's true.
Correct. Even when the Ghidorah was the better of the two on that run, I think only 3 Ghidorahs made it, and then 2 of them had to cannibalize each other.
So over 20% of the field was Titan of Terror. He was over 50% of top cuts. Do we need to have the conversation? Is it time? Does he gotta go? You guys actually played there, so I mean, what do you think?
I think that form is very free, and I think a lot of people want it to go, even maybe it doesn't need to go, but it probably should get changed in some way.
Yeah,
It's very strong.
yeah, they're not gonna like hard hit the character or like ban the character because, I mean, we haven't done that in forever, and in fact, it has been said that they really don't like the idea of banning characters, just because someone wants to get into the game because of their favorite character, and if their favorite character's banned, then why would they play the game? But yeah, ToT is like that form, like Brian said, is basically just free, and I heard talks that a first form would probably make it a lot more fair.
Yeah, I don't think there was a
Oh,
single
yeah.
person that we talked to this weekend that didn't agree that the Titan of Terror needed to be changed. Even Calvin Tahan, the best Titan of Terror in the world right now, agreed. He was like, "Yeah, I think this character breaks the fundamental rules of the game and does things that should not happen and needs to be changed." So,
What is like I don't know what show or movie Titan of Terror is from. I know it's a Godzilla movie, but which one? But like, how does that relate to like what he can do, like putting his form in, right? Because like King of the Monsters, he destroys everything. That's what Godzilla does. But like, what's the design choice for this? For like,
I'm pretty sure that I don't remember which one, because like after the Destroya movie where we killed Burning Godzilla, that baby Godzilla grows up to either be Titan of Terror or Shin. I just don't remember which one.
I don't think it's Shin, because Shin has like a larval
well-
form and stuff.
That's what a baby is, but
Yeah, but he doesn't
But I
look
know what you
anything
mean.
like that baby Godzilla.
Yeah, that's kind of true. But yeah, so I think it's from that, or it might just be the idea that this is one of the Godzillas when Godzilla's actually the bad guy.
Oh, okay.
Because let's be honest, Godzilla's usually technically a good guy. He's the Punisher of kaiju.
Yeah, he's like a gray moral area, I feel like he's kind of just like force of nature. He's just there. Like, can hurricanes be bad? Can tornadoes be bad?
The
He
Frank
caused bad
Castle of
things.
kaijus.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the Punisher of kaiju.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. That
'Cause
doesn't
most
actually
of the others are worse.
doesn't
except
actually
for
answer
Mothra.
my question, but I see now kind of what you're saying.
Yeah. No, I think I'm not sure because like
you
like I
don't
said,
you
I'm
don't
not a
remember the
huge-
time in the movie when Godzilla is like really tired and almost done attacking, and he's like, "Actually, I'll play this 5 diff for free."
Oh, maybe no. Wait, you might be onto something. Actually, it might be like that's his final
It's
move.
honestly,
Like, they think he's defeated, but he's not. He's got one more, and he just like kills
He's got
everybody
one
with
more
it.
in the tank.
Yeah.
Call an
he hits him-
ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
I actually was gonna go with the, and this is to go one step even further beyond.
Oh yeah. I remember that episode with Godzilla. Yeah.
You don't remember Scree on a 5?
Yeah.
Scurry.
How could I forget?
Scree
Okay.
Hamehameha.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, for sure, I think that's the big thing. I think if you look at the rest of the tops, there's a lot of cool stuff going on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there were 2
Reiner-
Mothra in tops, and
That's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah,
two Mothra, because I think Mothra's sick.
Agreed.
and then the Reiner, like you were saying.
The Reiner, I think, is the most interesting because, like,
Oh, yeah, that list
prior
is
to
wrecked.
this, no one even was thinking about Reiner. Like, why
Yeah.
would we wouldn't even be talking about that character?
Yeah,
and
what-
then suddenly 5 of them show up, and I think there was only like 6 or 7 registered.
It's crazy. What changed
Yeah.
with
But, like-
Reiner to make him like really good suddenly with Reign of Kaiju?
So Reign of
Tokens,
Kaiju,
baby.
Yeah, Reign of Kaiju introduced the power tokens, and that is a card type that Reiner 3 can count towards transforming, and on the flip side, giving plus an additional damage, because
He has that.
Armored Titan Finale, the backside of Reiner Marley Shield, has a static that your attacks get plus 1 damage for each different card type in your stage. And the power token is a card type. Tokens are a card type.
Mm-hmm.
You also need
You
4
know-
card types in your stage to flip. So rather than having to build a backup, you can just pop in a power token, and that makes it a lot easier. There's also, because there's a lot of assets that just build down when they play them, that you can on turn 2 build a foundation and play like a tension attack to get you the momentum that you need, and then on turn 3 play a backup that or play a asset that builds itself, and then they're running an action that gets them a power token, and so they can flip very reliably, very quickly.
Yeah, and
Okay.
does have a static of -1 damage, which minusing 1 damage to every single attack as a static, I mean, can mean a lot. On top of the response of whenever an attack is played, you can commit a card in your
A card
stage?
in your stage, they
card.
can commit their power tokens, they can commit their assets.
Oh, wow.
And they
To
just tap
flip.
down or flip your pieces. So it's like
Yep.
extremely
So they
good
flip
board
them all,
control.
and then they come in on another turn, and
Yeah. So the biggest thing that's going on right now is Titan of Terrors and other characters that are abusing these huge attacks are running Guardian Angel of Chinatown, because the best defense against those cards right now is the tension, the Yellow Roman cancel to set the damage to 3.
Mhm.
And everyone's running Chinatown to stop that ability. Well, Reiner gets to commit or flip the Guardian Angels, so that way they get to set the damages to 3, and then it just makes them much easier to
That's
survive
right.
those attacks.
Yeah, Guardian
Yep.
Angel is the one that says it's a response. The attack's damage cannot be changed when someone tries to change it, right?
correct.
It cannot
Correct,
be
by rival
reduced.
abilities. It
Yeah,
cannot be reduced by rival ability.
Yeah.
Okay,
And it
that's-
is
They can still
That's
build.
sick.
Yeah. It is not a cancel. It does not specifically say cancel this effect or cancel that effect. So any ability that says, hey, an ability that would cancel your thing, cancel it. Guardian of Chinatown doesn't cancel the effect happening. It just says,
It
hey, man,
prevents
you
them from
press the
happening.
button, but it does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, that's
matters for things like jewelry that say
Yes.
reduce damage, and then if it deals damage, draw a card. If it was a cancel, it would cancel everything. But all it does is it stops the damage from being reduced. If you get hit, you would still draw a card.
Correct.
Damn. See, I feel like when we were looking at Reign of Kaiju spoilers or whatever, like not spoilers, but like whatever they put out for us when they were talking, like the article spoilers. I feel like they mentioned power tokens, and I swear one of you was like, "This would be so cool with Reiner because he cares about card types," and everybody was like, "Oh yeah," and then everybody just like completely forgot about it.
So
I think
it
one
was
of
either
us
me or
mentioned
Andrew, but I believe we were
Yeah.
talking about Reiner 2, because that's like the one that I used to play, and I think that one is cool. He like gives symmetrical stats based on the number of cards types that he has, but Reiner 3 is like a whole different beast with the level of board control that they have, and the symbols that they have access to allows them to play so many low difficulty attacks, especially Thunder Spear Barrage, that it just kind of goes insane.
Yeah, Rider 2 also, he mills himself, so he is going to cycle, which I think he wants to cycle, because he has some sort of condition. If he's cycled, he can give more stats or something. But now there's a bunch of cards in Reign of Kaiju that says, hey, if your rival is cycled, do this cool effect. So if your rival just happens to be teching any of those, then your rival just gets access to those cool cards like pretty quickly, because Rider 2 is just going to mill himself by like turn 3, turn 4.
So it's probably going to be once ToT gets messed with, because I don't think they're going to leave this as is. He's just too strong. It's probably going to be Reiner to look out for. It sounds like, or do you think it's a pretty level playing field after that?
Reiner seems
don't
very
know.
strong.
Yeah, like it's very strong, but I'm not really sure if it's like top levels of just NPE But granted, I haven't played against the character, and we also have ToT still roaming around, so obviously that's gonna be a hard judgment to make.
Yeah.
But
It also could be more of a like, I don't remember the specific example, but basically people weren't ready for the Reiner. And now that we know that deck is out in the open, it could be that people run more commit cancels or re-ready effects or things like that to help mitigate the commit that Reiner has. And now that the deck exists and they you can tech for it more, so maybe it's not as oppressive. I'm not sure how much of those answers exist at the moment, but
are you thinking of fourth kind?
No,
Because fourth kind was kind of like that.
It was much more recent, where it was like a deck that I assume it would maybe be like the heist decks, or I'm sorry, I was thinking of backups in Louisville. Backups in Louisville, no one was really ready for them. They came and swept the event. After we knew about them, everybody put Animus Shot in their deck, and then it was like they're still very good, but we had answers.
Still around, yeah.
Correct, but
So
we had
9
answers.
tags, that was the real thing at the time.
Yeah. And so it could be a thing where now that we know that this is something to look out for, now that we know how it works and what its points are, you can tech to defeat it.
I also think there's an even shot that if Titan gets touched and someone decides that Reiner is still the big bad of the format now afterwards, things that maybe were good into Reiner but not good into Titan of Terror can now come and fight that.
Yes.
True.
And I think that's a good 50% chance that would happen. Anytime we ban something, I usually feel like we have something up to take its place, because something rises, but then like whatever it was holding down obviously gets to go, okay, well, it's my time now.
I mean, also to that point, kind of want to talk about a deck that is proven to be pretty good, and I'm surprised it wasn't joining ToT and Reiner 3 in the top 3. We had King of the Monsters, actually, at 6% for one of the most represented characters for Chicago. But the character I was expecting to see in that spot was Pumat Soul. Pumat Soul was a 5.1%, looking at the breakdown. And Pumat Soul is really the only character that can consistently and effectively utilize 3M.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised about that as well. Figured Pumat would have a pretty good showing. I didn't actually get to speak to any Pumat players, so I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe it was like they got into the Mothra brackets and they just, every time they 3M'd, they full blocked kind of thing, or I didn't find the 3M, got aggroed out by ToT. I'm not sure if you did play Pumat, and let us know your experience down in the comments for sure, because I am interested to know how that went.
Same.
But yeah, that was definitely like the two best decks that everybody knew about were ToT and Pumat Soul. So to not see him convert at all, a little surprising.
Yeah, I agree. And I played into Pumat, whether it was for testing for these other two Yahoos, or if it was just playing into Pumat at our round 1 LC, or even just at locals. It's like, man, this deck is pretty strong. Being able to just consistently go, yeah, here's a 3M, and if you don't deal with it soon, you will die. I'm putting you on a clock.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is funny, because Pumat Soul, all of us, when the set dropped, that Pumat Soul was, this character is very cool, interesting, but he needs a card that just cracks him wide open. And we got 3M.
Later. Yeah, we got 3M. Of course, then he wasn't cracked wide open at the time, specifically because that card already had a gun to shoot that specific bullet that a lot more people could use.
Yeah, I mean, Devil Jin and Equipment Heist just made it actually just massive in PE. Like, he abused, like, Devil Jin arguably...
Hawks, yeah, like...
Yeah, and Hawks, yeah. They abused it a bit harder than Pumat ever did, arguably. But, Hawks is rotated. Equipment Heist is banned, so no one really cares about Devil Jin anymore. And now Pumat is really the only effective deck for the 3M strategy.
I'm so sad I never got to play Equipment Heist Jacob Johnson.
Please
All I'm
stop.
saying.
Please stop.
Didn't need that.
Please stop.
Ocean buddies it in. Start building 3M. That sounds super good.
About to shove you into the
Sounds
bean.
obnoxious.
Shut up. I mean, I like playing JJ. I think that character is like super sick. But shut the hell up.
You got to be more degenerate, man.
No.
Yes, but at the same time, like, that's
No.
awful.
I was literally as I was helping you practice for this event, playing ToT. I was like, bro, I hate this. I hate it. It was just like when Burt 2 was like the rage for last year, like going into Nats, helping practice against that deck and playing it. It's like, bro, this deck is not fun. Is it good? Yes, but it's not fun. But, not to discredit or insult anyone that really likes playing ToT. If you enjoy playing the character, all the power to you. I'm glad that you found something that some others don't like. But you keep rocking to the beat of your own drum. But also, this tater tot needs to go.
Andrew,
I
right here.
pretty much
I'm
agree.
glad that you found something you really like. Enjoy playing it for a month.
Yes!
Kinda. Unintentionally, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people had fun with Benamaru ulti combo for like a month, and they're like, man, that was fun. Anyway,
That's
I'm
true.
so excited for the
Those are cool
freaking
ideas.
My Hero decks.
We'll see
Oh
how
yeah.
cool they are.
Did you guys hear anything more about My Hero at the regional? What were the announcements? I hadn't heard anything about them at all. I know that Levi did like an opening announcement thing or something.
Yeah, he did
Yes.
his 20-minute keynote speech.
Let's hear.
They
it.
did
Yeah.
actually. They did broadcast that on stream, which was nice.
Oh well, I didn't watch that either. Give me the quick recap.
Just this.
Okay.
Rebel Frontier.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Rebel
There you go.
Frontier.
That's
Rebel
it.
Frontier, Rebel Frontier, Rebel Frontier.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah.
We talked about it a lot.
yeah.
Pretty much they showed off the season 2 promos for like Vegas and then season 3.
3 promos for Dallas.
Yep. And then they had an exciting reveal that season 4 is going to be entirely Rebel Frontier. We'll still get Fairy Tale promos. Those will be pushed back a little bit towards, I believe they said the beginning of 2027. But
Yeah, the first season 1 of that.
the season 4 will be entirely Rebel Frontier. So your store scramble promos will be Rebel Frontier. Local championships will also be that. And then, of course, the Atlanta will all be Rebel Frontier.
And then an actual regional.
Wow,
All
that's
the
exciting.
participation center is going to be Rebel Frontier stuff,
It is-
which is cool to me.
Yeah.
I do
same.
feel a little bad for the handful of people I know, at least personally, who aren't going to get their Fairy Tale stuff quite as early as they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does suck that it got like pushed back. 'Cause I know there's people that are really excited about it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
they're still
getting
getting
the
it,
Rebel Frontier promos, like having more of that. Me, who was stoked from when it was first announced at Worlds, I was like, yes, more original IP stuff. Let's go. I'm super excited. And then this, they showed off the promos, and then Levi talked about, was it round 4 being all Rebel Frontier for like the promos and the pricing and stuff. Like, I was very excited, very happy. And even going into the first round on the stream, Sam Tate, shout outs to Sam Tate, love the guy,
always.
same.
talked about that it would be really cool if Rebel Frontier actually just got its own set, not just being promotional reprints or anything like that. It'd be great if we got Rebel Frontier like as a set. I think
Yes.
as a Blitzbox, at the very least, I would be so in.
Yeah, for
But-
real quick, sorry, just to cut in, just to give all the information for those that did not see it.
Yeah.
Def. Season 2 will be Filled with Doubt, Rising Uppercut, Driven by Retribution, and Analytical Observation.
Okay.
Yes.
And the last one, here we go. It will be Moment of Normalcy, Timely Counterattack, Fateful Decision, and Calling from the Shadow. And these all look incredible. If you have not seen it, like I said, it was streamed. If you go to the Universus channel and look at the Day 2 standard VOD, about 25 minutes into it, you can see all those promos, and they look incredible.
They all look really good, and they're all foiled, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm like, I just assume they're only going to look even better in person for the ones that we haven't actually seen yet, because the 4 we were given to see now in Chicago, the ones for round 1 or season 1, look amazing.
Yeah.
Mitch was showing them off a little bit at Chicago. They do look incredible.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
a reveal for one of the Rebel Frontier promos. It was Street Hero.
Street Hero.
Yeah. And it looked cool just from the mock-ups. And then James, you brought the promos back, and I got to see them, and the foiling on them was really, really cool for those cards.
Yes, they look so good.
Whatever mock-ups and pictures you see don't obviously do these cards justice. They look amazing in person.
Correct. They
Absolutely.
are incredible.
Yeah.
Having seen them, they are awesome.
Yes, I was just going to keep that cat in the bag, but if you're going to spill that, yes. I also got to actually see them. They look really good.
Yeah, I will tell you, if you are not planning to go to Vegas or Dallas or Atlanta, if you're interested
You are
in
going
it
to
at
miss
all,
again on that.
Yeah.
you
You're
should.
gonna get hit with some serious FOMO.
You are, yeah.
Like, I got hit with some FOMO because I didn't get my hands on the round 1 Rebel Frontier promos. I'm very sad about it.
And I will say, because we're kind of on the topic of the prize wall, they had so many of them.
Oh, yeah?
Like,
Really?
That has to be like my biggest like plus from this event. All throughout last year, there was a huge problem with the chase promos not having enough, running out at every single event, or them not even being there. They had so many.
Yeah, like I got 2 play sets of the chase promo, and I think everybody else basically got a million, like a bunch of them. And I know that they still had some when they were we're closing up the prize wall.
What was the
Like,
chase
we're
promo?
packing everything up.
Finally free.
Oh, how come?
It's
The
just
card's
really
busted.
The card's very good. It is a 6 check, 1 mid block, and you flip it to just get a momentum. It is a 3 div, but again, 1 mid block, 6 check, flip it to get a momentum.
Well, it's like I'm assuming the art is really good on it, too?
It
does
is.
look
It is
really
really
good.
good.
Oh, yeah.
But the real thing is that this is the only other version of it, and it's basically a 4 of in every deck that wants to play it. Which
Okay.
is most decks that have chaos.
It's 3 difficulty inspiring song. Like it's just like
Yes.
the card that everybody wants to have
Makes
because
sense.
it will be in every deck.
Yep.
Yeah.
They just
And of course,
shifted
you want the coolest version of it.
They shifted looking at inspiring song. They just shifted 2 points from the block mod, just moved it over to the difficulty. So now it's a 3 difficulty instead of a 1, and a 1 mid block instead of a 3 mid block. They just shifted some numbers around. They did some math. Hell yeah.
I think that card is very good because it's basically good everywhere you want to see it.
Yes.
Like,
You never feel
Yeah, that
bad
card is
about
just
having
strong.
finally free.
Yeah.
Anytime you see finally free in any direction, basically, either off the top when you get to put it in stage, like when
Block
you
with
block
it.
with it, it's just good.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah, it is just a very good card.
I do like what they're doing with Rebel Frontier, where they're like, not to switch topics too abruptly, but I was thinking about it, that they're like slowly introducing it to us. And I really feel like they're leading up to like, okay, are enough people interested? Okay, now we're going to do a full set of just this.
Yes. I'd be so in.
I'm so
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the art of these look really good. Like all of them. And also with these being promo reprints, I noticed with the round 1 promos at least, I think some of the other ones, they were reprints of 2025 cards that released last year. So they are still legal for until 2028.
Yeah, the beginning of 2028.
Yeah.
All of this
So-
year, all of next year. And then,
Yeah, so you still get plenty of time to play with these cards. These won't reset their standard legality, but again, these cards were printed last year, so you still got plenty of time to use these cards.
And they're picking
Yeah.
very good cards as well, which is another big plus. Is like
Yes.
some of the complaints that we've had in the past is they're getting promos of cards that nobody cares about.
See the ocean.
Rising Uppercut or whatever it was called.
Rising
What?
Uppercut's
Right.
actually good.
That's a great
Not
card. What are
Rising
you talking
Uppercut,
about?
the other one. The
Yeah, you take that back.
The Grog one.
Oh,
Raging
I don't even know what
Uppercut
you're
or-
talking about.
like
yeah.
disarming strike or whatever.
Sure,
Yeah, Disarming
whatever
Strike.
it's called. Great art, but nobody
Yeah.
cares
Yeah,
about
all
the
the
card.
crit roll art promos look amazing.
These
They had some of
are
the best
all
art, but
very desirable cards. The only one I think that like I was like I don't know what that card is Calling from the Shadow.
Yeah. I also saw that. I was like, oh, that got a promo. That's a choice.
yeah,
all the rest
I
of them-
feel like
Super.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I guess enough talk.
yeah. I was gonna say I think for each one there's been like one card that I'm like, that's cool, but I'm not really sure why it's here since we've kind of said we're doing the good ones. Enough Talk was definitely one of those. I'm not sure that I'm in love with Analytical Observation.
No, that card's
seems
great.
good.
The card's
That card's
dope.
great.
Sure.
It
Yeah.
basically just says you block with Protector of Life. You don't get any of the cool words on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that being an answer for Protector of Life.
Protector of Life, Breaker. Yeah,
Like
that
just
card
any
is-
block trick, Analytical just shuts it off.
is good and will be run.
Mm-hmm.
Will be run because it's not. I don't feel like I've currently seen it in anything.
I saw it a decent bit in the stream matches. Like it was
Okay.
on board a lot.
I haven't gotten to watch the stream since I was there, and I
And
said this to everybody who was there when we were talking about stuff after dinner. So they would be talking about stuff that happened on stream, and I'm like, when did you find time to watch this? Because I've been doing stuff at the event the whole time.
and it was so I kept seeing the card on board in multiple stream matches. To be fair, it didn't get used a whole lot because anytime someone saw it, they said, you're not allowed to have that. Flip it, commit it, get it out of here, pick it up. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to look at it.
That's fair.
Yeah, Calvin Tahan had it as a 4 of in his deck.
Did he?
Yeah, like it just answers all of the anything in the board. I wonder Travis had it as a 3 of and he got 3rd place. Like pretty much anybody that can run it is just because it answers all of the block tricks. Barlow
Right.
had
Yeah,
it
it's
as a
the
3.
one it was the one that flips him. Yeah. It's
all
like,
of the Titan of Terrors. It seems like let's see. Yeah, River had it as a 2. Yeah, if you have the Earth symbol on your character, you're running that card.
Which makes sense. I think that card. Like now that I'm realizing which card it is because I didn't recognize it by name, and I'm like looking at it. I'm like, okay, it's better than I remember. It's better than what I was thinking it did, which wasn't anything.
Yeah. I mean,
it looks like a couple of them didn't, but the vast majority of everyone that has a symbol is running it.
yeah, and Calling from the Shadow is probably the only one where I'm like, I mean, it's a very niche case, I feel like, because I think anytime your rival plays an ability in the momentum, you get to cancel it. It stops tension. There's also Psych Burst, which is the action that does the same thing. I forget the exact wording of Calling from the Shadow.
After your rival plays a non-character ability that adds any number of their cards to their momentum, cancel it.
Okay, so anything that adds to their momentum.
It turns off tension is the biggest thing that it will probably answer
Yes.
right
But
now.
it also would cancel
Finally Free.
Correct.
Yeah, any ability that says, hey, I get to go to momentum, you get to say no. Like, if for whatever reason someone is insane enough, me, that wants to play Mind of the Cosmos and says, hey, you blocked it, I'm going to put this in momentum. Calling from the Shadow says, no, you're not. It'll stay right there.
You are not using real words.
He used all real words. That's not a sentence that I don't expect anyone to have put together.
/brand new sentences.
Yeah, it's brand new sentence, not made up words.
They are correct in actual words. Will anyone actually play Mind of the Cosmos? No. But
I would
what
be
if?
very surprised.
Oh, this is the belly flop Space Godzilla card. Okay. I got you.
Yes, it
it's
kind
the
of looks like
belly
his
flop
limbs are kind of
card.
missing.
Nah, bro's fucking, he's like skydiving or something. He's like hitting you with the fuck. You're the pool POV.
Yeah,
Whole POV.
but when I look at it, it kind of looks like he's been like his arms and legs are like really tiny.
Bro, it looks like he's jumping from the freaking turnbuckle. It's just from a freaking wrestling match. Ugh.
Which makes sense because it's Godzilla. Well, Space Godzilla.
True.
But kaiju just wrestle.
I mean, yeah, kind of with like laser beams and stuff.
Yeah.
What is the city that they fight in, if not just a giant wrestling ring
Exactly.
that they destroy?
Yeah. Exactly. You figured it all out. That's the whole appeal.
Yeah, I mean, people like it. I was never too crazy on the kaiju stuff, but I wouldn't say I hate kaijus.
All right, you heard it here. Andrew hates kaijus.
You are literally putting words in my mouth. Please
Nope,
stop.
you said all those.
I can feed myself. Thank you very much.
Can't believe
I'm
you.
just saying,
Andrew.
you said all those words.
Can't handle the slander.
So this was round 1, right? Chicago was just round 1.
Yes.
Correct.
All right.
Round 1 or season 1, depending on. I think rounds are the nomenclature that we're using.
Yeah, rounds are what we are calling these seasons, I guess. They are called rounds. So Chicago was round 1. Round 2 will be Las Vegas. Round 3 will be Dallas. Round 4 will be Atlanta.
Wow.
And then we'll have the UCS in November.
Yeah, that's right. That's like the replacement for Worlds, correct?
Yeah,
That
that's
is-
a
that is
Universal
Worlds,
Championship. Yeah, Universus Champion.
Love that Worlds will be the
Series.
same year that it is.
Yes.
That makes it much less confusing.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. We
But
had
not the
Worlds
Super Bowl
2025 in 2026.
So meta aside, which was kind of like dominated by ToT, but I don't think anybody's surprised about that. It sounds like it went pretty well. It sounds like you guys really were happy about the promo situation and like the prizable situation in general. Brian, you said you like swept side events, or there was like a decent amount of side events too?
Oh yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday they did a standard side event, a 3v3 side event, a Hero 2 side event, and they did card slinging all day.
Oh, cool.
And you can still do PvEs if you want to do PvEs. I didn't really see anybody doing those because there were actual like tournament style side events to do.
Yeah.
But like on Friday we played. We all played in the standard side event, while teams main event was going on. And then on Saturday, after I scrubbed out after lunch is when everything started, so I got to do standard, and then I got to do Hero 2. And in standard, I went 2-1, and then in Hero 2, I went 3-0 with just the Ochako My Hero only list,
The
because
classic.
I assumed they were going to do an MHA Spotlight, and we've given that up for Hero 2, which makes sense, but I didn't think about it. So there are some changes I could make to that deck now.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think I'm gonna have to
God.
bring a Hero 2 deck because that format
Yeah,
seems
from now
cool. It's
That format is cool.
it gives me the same problem as retro though. There's just like too many cards. I get like overwhelmed when I try to start building a
Oh
deck.
yeah, this was actually also talked about in the stream, funnily enough, because Hero 2 was brought up, and there was a lot of talk about Hero 2 being pretty fun, or retro being like pretty interesting and fun, but like the card pool is there's just so many cards. Hero 2 is a lot more digestible. Like it's a big card pool, but it's smaller, especially compared to retro. Because retro, you're looking at cards from 2010 to now, so that's a lot of cards. But Hero 2 is still a big card pool, but I feel like it's a good-sized card pool. I mean, it's going to grow as the game continues, right?
sure.
But it is definitely a lot more approachable than retro, because also in Hero 2, you don't have to worry about safe. You don't have to worry about reversals minus Aoki Kosho and Rising Uppercut. You don't have to worry about multiple. You don't have to worry about gauge. You don't have to worry about all these other like boomer keywords from in retro. So you just have what people started with in the MHA era to now. So like it's a lot more comfortable for a lot of people.
That's true. It is a lot easier for, say, like me, who started at that time, to basically go, well, I have all those cards most likely. But I was going to say the way I'm going to basically end up digesting Hero 2 is by picking a character that I like and then just building them. It's the same idea as before. I don't have to pick every character anymore. I can just go, just like when my hero was running for a long time, and go, well, how does this change this one character that I've already got built? Do they get anything new now that a new set's come out? And sometimes the answer is going to be no. They get nothing. And then we get to move on. And other times you go, yeah, that card's really cool, actually. I think that's probably supposed to be in this. But I think my Hero 2 list that I want to put together is obviously Ochako 2. She's the love of my life for this card game. And then I think Robert. Because we have some sweet Ida kicks.
Yeah, we do.
Robert? Who the hell is Robert?
From
He's the
King of Fighters.
Print from King of Fighters.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were just joking.
No.
I thought you just named the guy Robert.
No, Robert's his name. He's from King of Fighters.
That's just some fucking guy.
He is just some fucking guy.
And he can kick your face.
And he kicks the shit out of people. He's awesome.
Robert Garcia. This is just some fucking guy.
I just love...
I can tell you never played King of Fighters.
No, I have not.
Because, like, half of the names are things like Isla and Mike Tinkin, and then half of the names are Robert.
Yeah, like that's a weird like video game name. Like his name is Robert Garcia. Like that's just a guy's name. Like that could be a champ card or something.
I'm pretty sure I know a Robert Garcia.
I'm sure I
just
know one.
love that of just he's just a fucking guy.
Yeah, he's just like the fucking guy.
He's just innocent guys.
Robert's also on my very short list once Tekken comes out. I think he needs like one more kick to be really cool.
Yeah, and didn't get a whole lot of kicks in Kaiju, but I mean Tekken coming up.
Tekken's gonna have a ton of kicks.
We're bound to see some kicks. I need to revisit. Actually, like build a Hero 2 deck, and I'm just gonna build Overhaul, and Overhaul is gonna be my Ochako 2.
Yeah,
because
for a hero. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, I've already said this in a previous video and probably even previous episodes of the podcast. Is Overhaul is my favorite character of this game. He is so cool, does really cool things, and just the strategies you can do on his symbols and just the card pool you have access to in Hero 2, like it's gonna be a blast just trying to put the deck together. And again, like you were saying, Brian, of just all right, this set came out. Is there anything that changes for this deck?
It just becomes easier because I know when I was always just playing Ochako 2 during the competitive portion, like Undaunted Raid came out, and I was like, there's like one card here that I think I should be paying attention to as maybe worth playing. Otherwise, I mean, I'm going to buy this set because I'm hooked on the game, but I don't think I need any of these cards, which means when I buy these cards, I can either trade them for things that I think would be cool, or just kind of sit on them and like lend them to my friends so that they can play things that are cool, etc. And I think for Hero 2, I think that's just the easiest way to digest. Like, for you, James, I just say, just build a Racerhead.
It's either a Racerhead, or I'm looking back here, I might just build Jacob Johnson on, like...
Just build a wild version of Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get some interesting things. You get, like, Arbors or Breaker 1 low block. You get Airy Smiles. You get to build that down. Block with that, build that down. Depending on what symbol you're on, I don't know, you get, like, Manifest on water. Of course, there's always like Evil as well, which is classic. I don't know. There's some really cool actions on his symbols. So I don't know. We'll see. But yes, Eraserhead or Bakugo 1 are always like at the top of my mind.
I will say for Bakugo 1, because I think he has the same thing going on that Ochako 2 does, you really aren't probably going to change your list much at all. Because the stuff that you really care about is that Fury package. And there's only like a handful of new Furies.
We get Summon Dark Shadow on Evil in Jacob Johnson. That's true. Evil Gaze.
That's true.
We might be cooking. We'll see.
We might be all cooking Hero 2 lists over the next couple of weeks. practicing those instead.
Sounds like we're off to a pretty strong start for this competitive season. Round 1 went well. Looking forward to round 2 in Vegas. Looking forward to more Rebel Frontier promos. I will actually be going to some of these events, unlike Chicago. It's very sad I couldn't make it. But that's about all the time we have for you today. If you liked listening to us, don't forget to like the video because you like us. Comment, let us know how you did in Chicago, or if you didn't go, tell us how sad you are that you didn't go and didn't get your promos. And then also subscribe if you haven't already. We recently hit 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty fun. That's crazy. I never thought we would get here. That's wild to think about. 1,000 subscribers. My God.
1,000 people trying to pay attention to us. Crazy.
Eventually, we're going to celebrate that. Not right now, because I don't know exactly what we're doing. But eventually, we will. You could be subscriber number 1001. Actually, I think it's 1010 now. Could be you, if you're not subbed yet.
It might even be more than that. Definitely might be more than that by the time this is shown to people.
We shall see. Anyway, I have been Steph, and one day I'll get to test out my Hedora deck against people. And that's Andrew. He's AFK right now.
Brian, Andrew is finally free.
And I'm James. I'm just the other guy.